Hi, I'm Blake. I'm the rider coach for Breaking Aids Ride. And in this video, I want to talk to you about gear. Specifically, I want to talk to you about your gear that you need for Breaking Aids Ride. And I'll delve a little bit into a couple things you might want as well. So let's start with gear you need for your bike. You'll need to have a spare tube in case you get a flat. Don't worry about it. We have bike techs on the event that can help you fix it. I'll do a video on how to fix it, and your fellow riders will also help you fix it. So don't worry about it. But you'll need a spare tube, and you'll need tire levers, which are just little pieces of plastic you use to take the tire off so you can get to the tube to replace it. And you'll need a way to reinflate that tube, which can be a frame pump, or I recommend CO2 cartridges, which are little tiny cartridges of compressed air, and you'd get a tiny little adapter. You can get it at any bike store or online, and that will inflate a tire in less than a second, rock hard. If you have one of the frame pumps, you'll work a lot harder and take a lot longer, and you'll never really get the tire fully inflated. Okay, so CO2 cartridges, spare tube, tire levers. The other thing you need is you need a floor pump, okay? The big pumps, because you're gonna want to inflate your tires every single time you go riding, all right? Every single time. That's how you prevent getting a flat. Perfect. All right. One thing you might want for your bike would be a little bike computer. There are very basic ones, which is what I have always had, which just tell you how far you've gone, how fast you're going. That's about it. But you can also get ones that will give you stock market updates and things like that. So it's good. It's good to know how far you've gone, because then you're like, oh, okay, I'm 5 miles to the next oasis. That's good to know. All right, so let's talk about gear for you, apparel. Let's go top to bottom. That'll probably be the easiest way to do it. A helmet. You need a helmet. You're required to wear a helmet on Breaking Aids, right? Or on any of our training rides, but also you have exactly one melon. Please protect your melon. So wear your helmet every time you're on the bike, even if you're just going a couple blocks. You'll want sunglasses. Okay, you want to protect your eyes. Sometimes a rock or a little piece of sand or whatever can get kicked up off the road, goes into your eye. It's a world of hurt. So protect your eyes. And also when you're flying down a hill, if the wind's in your face, you're going to tear up and cry and going down the hill. Don't do that. Just get some sunglasses. You don't need fancy cycling sunglasses. My favorite pair ever was like a $7 pair of drugstore ones that wrapped around just a bit, were a little bit mirrored, and they were perfect. I still miss them. Okay. You need cycling gloves. I consider them a need. 2 reasons. So they're the fingerless ones with the padding. It's all about the padding. What the padding is going to do is it's going to absorb the vibrations from the road. So it's going to make for a much more comfortable ride. And it's also going to protect your hands if anything happens. So get a pair of cycling gloves. The other thing you need, this is the last thing I put on my need list, is cycling shorts. I know some people just can't stand cycling shorts, but they're awesome. If you honestly are just like, I will not wear cycling shorts, look for mountain bike shorts, because those are going to they're going to look a little bit more like baggy gym shorts or cargo shorts, but they're still going to have that chamois, that pad that makes cycling shorts look funny. Okay, but that chamois is your best friend, because it's going to do 2 things. There are no seams on a chamois. So that means you're not going to have anything rubbing you somewhere you don't want to be rubbed. All right, so no chafing. And it also gives you a little bit of cushion. A lot of people think, oh, I'm just going to get an extra pad for my bike seat or get one of the seats with the spring. No. That doesn't give you any stability. It can be really bad for your back. So what you want is that rock hard cycling saddle, but then the cushion from the shorts. Okay. The other thing you're going to want is chamois butter. Yeah. That's a thing. Okay. It's a lubricant. It's like a really thick lotion. You can get it any bike shop or online. There's a bunch of different brands, and you would either put it directly onto the chamois on the shorts, or you can put it directly on your body, anywhere where your body would touch the chamois. And what that does is, again, it's a lubricant. It just keeps you from building up friction and makes for a much more comfortable ride. Okay, so that's it for what you need, but I want to hit you with 2 wants as well. Cycling jersey. They're great. Even if you don't get a cycling jersey, still avoid cotton, because if you're riding in cotton, you're going to sweat, you're going to get really wet, And then when you stop, you're going to get really cold, or when you're going down a hill, you're going to get really cold. And then eventually it's going to get really gross. So stick to a moisture wicking material. But cycling jerseys are great because pockets. They got those 3 pockets in back. And what that does is you can put your tube in there, and you can put your tire levers in there. You can put your smartphone in there. You can put your keys in there and still have room for a giant cookie. A giant cookie is exactly the same size as the pocket in a cycling jersey. That cannot be a coincidence. You cannot convince me otherwise. So get a cycling jersey. The other thing you'll want to consider, especially if you're thinking cycling something you're going to want to do long-term, is cycling shoes and clipless pedals. They are called clipless pedals because you clip in. I've never understood that. But basically, the cycling shoes have a hard sole, so you're going to get better power transference. If you're in sneakers, that little squish, that little bit of give takes away your power every single time you push down on the pedals. So it's got a hard sole, but then it also, you attach this little clip, and it's like a little ski binding, so you are attached to the pedal. And what that means is you can pull back and pull up and push forward and push down. So that means you're using all of the muscles in your legs to propel the bike instead of just pushing down and just using your quads. So clipless pedals give you more power. It means you're going to fatigue much later because you're using all of your muscles instead of just your quads. And it's going to avoid muscular imbalances. So you've seen the cyclists who have the giant quads and the rest of their legs are like, yeah. So clipless pedals. There is a learning curve with clipless pedals. I won't lie. When I first got mine, I was balanced in my kitchen door, clipping in, clipping out, clipping in, clipping out. They also do make a pedal, which I really recommend if you're new to clipless pedals, that are flat pedals on one side, and then they have clips on the other side. So they're particularly great if you live in the city. So when you're in traffic, you can just ride it like a regular old bike. Or if you just want to put your sneaks and take your bike to your friend's house or whatever, great. But then when you get out on some beautiful, gorgeous open road, like you'll be on Breaking AIDS ride, you can clip in and take full advantage of all the strength in your legs and have all the fun in the world. So anyway, there you go, gear. It does sound like a lot. We can help you. I have a giant box in my office that's labeled Gear Swap, and it's full of things that people have donated to us. So I can hook you up with cycling jerseys. I can hook you up with a bunch of stuff in there. So if you need stuff, talk to me. And if I can be of help or answer any questions, talk to me. But first you need to get signed up. So what you're going to want to do is go to that. Where's my hand? Ah, there it is. I thought I lost my arm. That QR code right there will take you to the registration page for Breaking AIDS Ride. I really hope you're out on the road with us in September. It's going to be magnificent. Thanks so much. Bye.